2022, right? Welcome. Now, remember when we are younger, when we are kids, and our parents will make us to write what you call New Year resolutions, right? And then we'll write about 40 things that we're going to do, we're going to start doing in the new year. And then by the end of January, maybe we'll be faithful for like 2 weeks. And then by the end of January, we're back to our old ways, right? Funny. Now, but as childish and as funny as that sounds, that is actually the way to go about New Year's and all of that. We simply did not have the resolve. We didn't have the the will, or we didn't have the what do you call it now, the strategy. So what was missing was strategy. What was missing was tactics. But however, we were able to learn from that simple act. So what I want to say today is it is not about writing 50 things you want to do, 40 things. It is about picking one thing and staying on it. Right? It's like the hedgehog theory. The hedgehog understands one thing. The fox and the hedgehog. The fox is a very cunning animal, very fast. He's a predator, he's a hunter, he's very wise. Now, it always tries to hunt the hedgehog. The hedgehog always gets away, and the fox always getting injured. Why? Because the hedgehog knows just one thing, and that one thing is how to defend itself. The hedgehog will defend itself against any form of attack. Why? Because of the spikes on his back. So the hedgehog does not try to attack, it does not try to compete with the fox in any other thing. It simply defends itself. Now, what should you do in this new year? One thing. Pick one thing. One thing that is desirous. One thing that is burning in your heart, in your mind. One thing that you are going to stay on and follow that one thing. Stay on that one thing. Be with that one thing and start to think of ways that you're going to make that one thing to give you results in several ways, in multiple ways. That is what to do. Now, instead of I'm not going to try to make you feel good and tell you that, the year is going to be better, the year is going to be good, like generally, globally. Not necessarily, because if you look at the economic indices, they are pointing otherwise, and that is the truth. I know you have faith that can move mountains. I know. But the truth is, if you do not do anything, you are going to be caught up just like the rest of the world, because the indices are not looking good. People don't have jobs. Economic, there's a spiral, there's a downturn. The government seems to be confused. They don't know what to do, especially our own government here in Nigeria. So what are you going to do? How are you going to move from this point where you are to the point where you should be? And that goes to me also. That means we now have to sit down and fathom out workable ways. Now, these are not resolutions per se. Oh, I'm going to do this and that. It's fine. Those things are fine. But I'm talking about strategy. I'm talking about tactics. I'm talking about focus. I'm talking about what will be my focus, what will be your focus for the new year. Now, when you have that focus in your head and in your mind, and then you ruminate on it, you don't have to rush. There is nowhere where anybody said, oh, you must write down everything you want to do before you get in the new year. So you think, oh, by 31st, I've not written anything down. No, you can even take the whole of January, right, to think about what you want to do in the year. It is not too late. It is not about how fast, how quick. It is about how well. When you settle down and you do it well, and then the direction, and then the strategy, and then the tactics come, it can even take you 3-4 months and you've achieved it. Why? Because you thought about it well. Albert Einstein once said, if he's given 60 minutes to solve a problem, he's going to use 55 minutes to think about that problem first, and then use 5 minutes to implement it. Because in the process of thinking, he has already been able to resolve it, rather than rush into trying to do it, right? So take your time. Take your time. Take your time. And one thing I'm going to say this year is to become self-sufficient. Yes, we must become self-sufficient in this year. How do I mean by self-sufficient in this year? It means that you must learn to depend on yourself, your God, the universe, and forget about depending on people. I'm not saying you shouldn't hope for people to do things for you. I'm not saying you shouldn't ask and all of that. But when you put your whole dependence on a man has the capacity and the capability to fail you. So, what happens when all your hope and your trust is in one man and that man fails you? What are you going to do? Right? Remember, people also have their own needs, and their needs is going to increase in this year. So when somebody gives you that urgent 2K that you are calling urgent, you think is small. First of all, you don't have it. That's why you are asking for it. So if you are asking for that urgent 2K, it means you need it. That's to tell you how important or how big it is to even yourself. So if you think someone has a whole lot of money and hey, they are not giving me, and then you want to take offense, it means you're going to take a lot of offenses, right? Because for someone, let me tell you, for someone to give you 2,000 naira, for example, let me do a quick analysis for you. If you ask for that amount of money, say 2,000 naira, and somebody who earns 60,000 naira, let me assume, in a month, right? There are 30 days in a month. Divide 60 by 30 is 2,000. So that means that person's daily earning is 2,000, right? So for one day, that person is worth 2,000. So if you ask that person for 2,000 and that person gave it to you, you should be of all men most grateful for that 2,000. Why? Because it means that in the whole of that month, that person woke up, got dressed, wore their clothes, showered, put on their perfume, struggled to pick a bus or a car or a taxi to where they work, got shouted on by their boss, got stressed out in the office, got a whole lot of rancor and all that just for you. That one day, that person worked for you. He worked for you. That is how it is. This is how important you must know. So when someone is restraining or is slow in trying to give you something, understand that they are not obligated. It is not by force. Whether they are your brother, whether they are your sister, whether they are your husbands or your boyfriend, it is not by force. For every time someone gives you something, it is a privilege. You should know that it is a privilege and you take it as such. For every time someone says, oh, they cannot do something for you, understand it that it is not your right and do not take offense. It is going to help you this year. Okay, as you progress in the year, it is going to help you. So, in essence, what am I trying to say? I am trying to say become self sufficient this year. Look for ways, other ways. Ask for guidance, ask for direction. What can I do this year that will fetch me extra so that even you two people can ask you? Okay, now that is all I want to say in this whole year, in this new year. Become self-sufficient. You don't have to rush your plans. Quiet down, look for a strategy, improvise, and tweak as you go because things will change. Tweak as you go. And I pray and I hope that this year becomes a great year for you. I know we always say, oh, the year is going to be better. Yes, let it be better. That's what we pray. But it's not going to be better if we do not do anything about it. We'll find out that we'll just remain in the same spot. And that is not the prayer for anybody. I do hope that we have a blessed year ahead, good day ahead. As we open the year, let us open with a lot of positive energy. Okay, let us call those things that be not as though they were. Let us put out some positive vibe into the universe and forget about the things that didn't work. I got a bad news yesterday. I was down, but by this morning, I am up again and I'm trying to motivate you. Things will get better. Things will become better. Have hope, have faith, and have trust. And I wish you a happy 2022. Thank you. My name is Zax. Ensure to like my page on Facebook, Zax Itodo. Ensure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Zax Itodo, Instagram, Zax Itodo, and I'll be dropping some of these nuggets for you daily. Have a great day.